This is the Sprite Editor. Currently, the Sprite Editor allows you to preview sprites in memory and take a look at how the Sprite importer is saving them inside of the PixelVision 8 engine. When you have a Sprite PNG file inside of your project, each of the unique sprites are indexed, compared to the system colors, and then copied into memory. Only unique sprites are saved in memory, so duplicating sprites will be removed. This is important to note because in order to recreate the sprites, especially if they're larger than 8x8, you'll need to know the IDs of each of the sprites. You can click on any of the sprites in order to get their ID, and you can change the color offset in order to preview palette swapping changes based on the current sprite you have selected. Since color offset is only added at the render phase, changing this value doesn't impact the sprite itself in memory. Sprites are also saved to pages, so based on the system spec, you may have a limited number of pages in order to save sprites. Finally, any font that's included inside of your folder will also be included in the Sprite Editor and imported at the end of all the sprites taken from the Sprite PNG file. You can optimize and save out the compressed, non-repeating sprites by simply clicking the Compress button. This creates a sprite.cache.png, which is loaded instead of the sprites.png. This shows you exactly what you see inside of the Sprite Editor. This is useful when you're using a larger sprite file that might have lots of repeating sprites to work with, but when you want to finalize your game, simply compress all the sprites and the engine will load the cache file instead. Whenever you make changes, simply delete the cache file and then recompress from your source material. You can also preview a sprite by flipping it horizontally or vertically, and you can turn masking on or off. Whenever you turn masking on, the background color will fill the transparent color. In this case, the background color is set to black, so the magenta color is automatically replaced with black, showing you what your game would look like if it was on an empty background.